Hi, I'm Wendy with loveandstampin.com. I'm so excited that you're here with me today because we are going to do something really fun. I'm going to teach you how to do the hinge step technique. So we have this really cool tool with Stampin' Up called a Stamparatus. Let me get it for you. I keep mine right here under my stamp table. This is what it looks like. And it's just a stamp positioning tool. So the cool thing about this though is it is hinged. This comes off and you can move it down and you can move it into different positions. So we are gonna show you how to use this today. And the cool thing is I have gone through the catalog and I have found every single hinge step stamp that's in here. So I've written them all out. There's a really cool file on my blog if you want to get it. It's kind of like a graphic that tells you all about hinge stepping and then also includes the page numbers and the stamp names of the stamp sets that are conducive to this technique. So we're going to make a fun card today and I'm going to show you how to do the hinge step technique, and we are going to just kind of go over it and chat about it while we make some cards. Okay, so we're heading to my stamp table and we are going to do this technique. I'm using the Pattern Play stamp set, which is a great stamp set for this technique. And I'm going to start out by picking up my image there on the front. Now, you see what happened here. It picked up my paper with it. So one of the things that you can do to prevent that is put a little bit of adhesive on the back of your piece of paper. I'm not going to do that here. You're going to see me putz around with this a little bit till I figure out what I'm doing. But basically what I ended up doing is I lined it up. I lined the left side of the piece of paper up with one of the ends of the hinges at the top so that I would know where I needed to place this back each time if it got lifted up and moved. So I just did the best I could. Now, if you were stamping a sentiment or something, you would probably have to be a little more precise with this. Because I was stamping lines that are kind of squiggly, it's not as big of a deal, basically. So I don't know if you just saw, I picked the door up and moved it down a step. So this is something that is really fun and simple to do and makes really fun repeating patterns. I'm using my Simply Chamois to clean off in between. And of course, when I went to grab my Simply Chamois, it was dry as a bone. So I'm going to have to get it all moistened up here and then I will be able to use it. So FYI, this is a very rough, unedited video. I tried to just make sure that I turned the video camera on each time that I was making a color splash card. What I am finding with these color splash cards is it is encouraging me to do a lot more stamping than I was doing. And that's because it seems as though I get the colors out. Oh yeah, and then I drop you. So that's fun. So it seems as though I get the colors out, I start stamping and creating a card, and one idea just leads to another and leads to another and leads to another. And for me, this has become like the most wonderful thing I could possibly have come across. There's lots and lots of demonstrators, lots of people out there who do color inspiration. I always have sought out color inspiration in my own personal stamping. And then I decided, you know what? Why not create my own inspiration? And so that's kind of how this all evolved. And so every Friday, I'm releasing a color splash video with new color combinations that you can play along with. My hope is that people will play along and post their cards on social media or their projects, and then I can share those on my social media. I have had some people playing along and that's super fun. So The colors I'm using today are from last Friday's color splash. So for an entire week after I introduce a color splash, I am using those color combinations. So it will be a normal thing for you to see two to five projects using the same color combinations from me within a week's time. The reason I'm loving doing this, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like for the first time I have settled into something that really fits me, is because I feel like we see ideas one time with one thing and then we move on. And the thing that I love about this is getting me to use a lot of different products using the same color combinations and getting to see how many cool ideas you can come up with out of these color combinations. So I've just really loved doing this, and it's something that's going to continue. So I hope you're enjoying it. So we're just continuing here to clean the stamp off in between each time I stamp. And you can see here I've been struggling a little bit. When I've been wiping with the paper towel, it was getting little lint pieces all over my stamp. So I had to be careful with that. And then I'm hinge stepping down on each color and stamping. Now, full disclosure, I liked the card better just like this. I wish I would have stopped right here, but that's not what happened. The finished card is pretty also, but I am a very clean, simple white space girl. I like lots of white space. I like lots of clean lines, not clutter. And if there is clutter, it has to be organized clutter. That's just who I am as a person all the way around. So when I did this, I thought, oh, this is going to look really cool. And it does. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to think it looks really cool. But ultimately, I wish I would have left it alone and not done any more stamping. However, it did turn out pretty cool. What I did is I decided to move the stamp down and then do the hinge step I can talk, I promise. Hinge step stamping technique. Say it 5 times fast. Over the top of this using the exact same colors, but just moving them down one. So what ends up happening is the red moves into the orange moves into the yellow moves into the green, and the green moves into the blue. A really kind of a cool effect in the end. But because I like everything so clean, I just preferred it better before I added the second set of stamping. But you tell me what you like best. You'll have to comment below and let me know. Of course, be kind. I have a heart, people. I do. I recently got a comment on here from some person that said I didn't have anything for men or masculine stuff, and that Stampin' Up was dumb because we can't show anything else but Stampin' Up. That's not true. I could show you whatever I wanted to show you. I could show you products from every company known to man if I wanted to. But honestly, there are 2 reasons. Candid as I can be and honest as I can be. There are 2 reasons that I only predominantly show Stampin' Up. The first one is that I am overwhelmed by using too many products. I like Stampin' Up because it keeps me in a bubble. I like it for the same reason other people don't like it. I like that I don't have to stress out about having 15 different types of stamps, meaning inks, sorry. I don't want to have all the Tim Holtz inks and all the Lawn Fawn inks and all the Hero Arts inks and all. I don't want all of that stuff because it will cause me to not be able to create. That's who I am as a person. I'm not saying that is bad to have all those things. I'm just saying it causes me to not be able to be creative. And I know that probably sounds really weird, but it's like too much stuff overwhelms me. So the reason I love Stampin' Up! Is because I can get the ink, the paper, the ribbon, the doodads, the tchotchkes, everything that goes with every color. All the designer series papers then match the colors that you already have. So it takes all of the stress and guesswork out of it for me. I don't want to have all those other things. Sure, there are stamp sets from time to time that I see from other companies that I think are adorable and I wouldn't mind having. But the truth is, Stampin' Up! Has everything I need. I don't really need to shop anywhere else. So that's the main reason. But there is no rule that says I couldn't show you every single kind of stamp set company on the planet. I can. I can't get money from those companies. I can't collect money from them for showing them to you. But I can show whatever I want. The other thing is, here's the second thing. I can't sell those other things to you. So while, yes, it would be fun to like sometimes maybe show you other stuff, and I have in the past, but honestly, Stampin' Up! Has come a really long way in their trendiness, and so I don't find myself longing for other stamp sets anymore the way I used to. Stamp sets from Stampin' Up! Have come a long way. They were stuck in a little bit of a rut there for a while. And in the last, I would say 4 to 5 years, they have really gotten on trend. And so that makes me happy. And so I don't really look anywhere else. But I'm not going to show products to you that I can't sell to you, because this is how I earn a living. And we'll talk more about that in a future video. But I think that sometimes that concept is lost on people because they don't understand that. I mean, I literally am putting money into my child's college account with the money I get from Stampin' Up! And so every order you place, every order that I receive means something to me deeply. And I don't show it to you just because I sell it. I love the product. I show it to you because I hope that you get inspiration from it. And then if you do buy something, it is helping my family. So I hope that clarifies some of those things. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you had a wonderful day and hope you have a good rest of your week. I will see you again soon. Until then, if you need to shop with Stampin' Up, shop loveandstampin.com. Bye-bye.